Oh, there you are. There we go. Hi! We did
Hi!
it! Successfully.
We did it! Instagram Live!
We're here. We're live.
I'm alive. I'm on Instagram. It's the dream.
It really is. I mean, there's Selena
I mean,
playing
here
right
we are.
next to me.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Like, what could be better than this except, not being in a pandemic? It's the only thing I can think of.
There is that. So that minor thing.
How are you?
I'm okay. I have my handy dandy swamp water mug with me.
Oh, my gosh. That is a great mug.
It is. How are you?
Good. I got my cold brew, courtesy of Aero Cafe. Nice shirt.
Yeah, there we go. Killing it. This actually coffee also from Arrow, so
Supporting local.
it's really.
I'm wearing can you see I'm wearing my Glitterbox Girl Gang shirt?
Hell yeah! I
Represent.
almost wore that one instead of this one. We would have been matching. Yeah, we should have really talked about that one.
Yeah, we messed up. The people are mad. I can see the comments coming in.
Really, yeah.
It's like, I'm never shopping at Glitterbox again. Oh, man, this person is very upset. I'm not voting for you anymore. Oh, man. Sorry, everyone.
In your coffee?
No.
Okay. I don't know why I felt like
this cold brew is so smooth and sweet. Just drinking it black.
Is that how you always take your coffee?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Keeping it simple. I like to keep it simple.
Black, no sugar. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
Yeah, should we get rolling with this? Yeah? You feel up to it?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so for people that don't know me, I'm Jillian. I'm the shop assistant at the Glitterbox, and this is Joey. Hi, Joey.
Hello.
Do you want to tell us who you are and what you do?
Sure. I am an artist. I live in New Orleans. I guess I do so many things, like on paper. It feels like on the daily I'm doing a lot of like napping and chilling in my dope backyard. But here are some of the things that I do. I make art on maps. I make weird cards, which you might have seen at the Glitterbox. I make things out of the Badass Women Project, which is something I started a couple of years ago, including the calendar of Badass Women and postcards of Badass Women, also at the Glitterbox. And do I do anything else? I like to stay active politically, whatever that means, and sometimes I make art related to that. Those are just some of the things that I do.
What's your like your trajectory as an artist? Like, how did you think that was what you would be doing?
Oh my God, no, absolutely not. I did not think so at all. I actually all the way graduated college thinking I would never be an artist. Everyone else I knew thought I would be an artist. I just didn't get the memo until a little bit later.
What did you think you were going to do?
I thought I was going to be a teacher for a while because both my parents are teachers, and then I realized I don't like people. So it turns out you have to like deal with a lot of people if you're teaching small humans.
Especially the small kind, yeah.
So, yeah. And then I thought I would probably work in like a nonprofit, especially an environmental kind of thing. Maybe that's my jam, is like climate justice stuff. So I really thought I studied environmental justice alongside art in college, and I thought that's where I would end up. But I still kind of ended up doing something similar.
Yeah. How did you end up like actually dedicating yourself to art?
Oh, it just kind of happened. I like graduated college, and then I went to go work at a summer camp right after college. I did not know what I was going to do. I was just like, well, might as well go to camp and live there for free. It was a tiny little farm camp. It was a Quaker farm camp. I'm a Quaker. not going to explain that right now, but if anyone's interested, I honestly can't even recommend Googling it because I don't think Google results would give you a clear idea. But just side note, if anybody is interested in what the heck a Quaker is, there's a YouTube channel called Quaker Speak that I think does a pretty good job explaining what it is. But I went to Quaker Farm Camp as a child, and then I worked there as a young adult. And I did that after college and then ended up moving to Philadelphia. And it was so cheap to live there that I didn't have to get a regular job.
Okay.
I was like living with someone, and it was so cheap that I was like making art and like had a little part-time job. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll just keep making art. And then all of a sudden I was like making art for a living.
Oh, I mean, that's a great way to do it.
It doesn't work for everyone. I made it sound really easy, and it wasn't.
You
so
did
just
make
like
it sound very easy.
Everybody who's like, oh, that's all you have to do. It's not that.
Let's all be artists.
I was like I was just super lucky and had a lot of privilege as well, but worked out.
So you did
and here I am.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. You're killing it. You like briefly mentioned the work that you do with sorry, there's a cat next to me. The work that you do with
God bless.
Maps. How do you pick those maps? Like, I know that sometimes people just like hand them to you, but like what's your process with like interacting with those maps? If that makes sense.
Yes, lots of people give me maps because they know that's what I do. And it's honestly sometimes because like not all maps are equal. Sorry, but there's like a certain kind of map that I like to use. So just any map is not. I appreciate so many when people are like giving me maps. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. But like honestly, it depends what I'm working on. But usually road maps are not my fave. There's just so much like other stuff on there that doesn't lend itself to what I'm trying to do, especially because sometimes it's like cities and it gets crowded. Because one thing that I really love to use in maps is bodies of water and rivers. So my favorite kind of map to use is a USGS quadrant map, and I got a ton of those from the college that I went to a couple years ago. They gave away like thousands of maps. It wasn't thousands, certainly hundreds. Yeah. And they digitalized like their whole map systems. And maps, obviously, like the world changes all the time, so maps are constantly having to be updated, and they're outdated like immediately. So they started giving away these maps, and I was like, give those to me, please. So now I have a ton of those, and those are really fun to work with, especially because it's a lot harder to tell what the place is.
Yeah.
And that feels like something I want to be in my work. Like I want it to look like it's immediately recognizable as a map, and you can think, oh, that's land or water, but you might not know exactly where it is. Mm-hmm. And I'll also often flip it upside down to sort of disorient people. So
how do you decide what, like, do you just kind of, like, do you have a game plan for what you're going to paint on the map, or do you just kind of, like, interact with it till it comes together?
It depends. I mean, sometimes it really just immediately, I'm like, that's where a face goes, or, like, I could see a hand doing this here. But sometimes I'll have, like, a vision for the image first.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll know both, and I'll just, like, try to make them match. So I'll be like, oh, I have an idea, and it would be great if I had a map that looked kind of like this, then I'll look through my maps and try to match them up.
Cool. So do you have, is the show that you have coming up mostly that type of work?
I'm having a show coming up, and it's it's with my dear friend Annie Lou of Annie Lou Studio.
And it's
who, if you've ever been to Slow Down, is a dope vintage shop on Magazine, obviously closed right now, but that's Annie Lou's shop. Yeah, they have a great online shop. Check it out, Slow Down NOLA. And we have a history of doing shows together in like a very slapdash way. We're both very prolific and very procrastinating. So we'll kind of just be like, let's have a show, and we'll just like throw together a bunch of art, and it's amazing. I think it's a great energy. Hi, Annie.
Yeah.
We kind of like to I think we're good at like pushing each other to make more work, and it's an awesome dynamic. So we're having a show on Monday. It's the first time we're doing a virtual show, and we found this really cool program to put together a show where it's like virtual reality, where you're like walking through a gallery. I'm very excited about it. So that's opening Monday at 7, Monday the 18th. Random day, you might say. It's actually International Museum Day, which I thought was funny because museums are closed. Yeah. So we're having a show we're having a pretend museum day.
So is it mostly like those like map pieces, or is it just like a bunch of random stuff that you're throwing together?
So we wanted to have a show for the work that we had made. Actually, about a year ago, we went on a road trip and we tried to bring this show along with us. And we were kind of like making stuff along the way. We didn't really get a chance to show the work the way that we thought we might. So this is a chance to show some of that work. And some of them are sort of updated versions of those pieces. And then we've also added a couple new ones. So but also it feels like, for me, it feels like I'm having a show, and that helps me make new work. Yeah. You know, sometimes if I don't have like a deadline, I'm not really making a lot of new work. So it's nice to have a reason to make stuff. And the show is called Home Planet Situations, which is a lot of fun. And honestly, it's great. It's a great group of words, and like anything could fall into it, because anything could be a home planet situation. So it's kind of fun. And sometimes I feel like I'll have shows that are a little more serious. A lot of my work is about, human relationships to the earth and creatures and each other. And it can be, some of the pieces can be a little heavy. So these I feel like are a little more fun. I've got some like plant things with hands and playing with, I've been really into hands lately.
Hands are so hard.
That means something.
But
hands are hard. But they're so great in there. I really like to avoid gendering humans in my work. And so hands, you can't really make any guesses about a hand's gender. Ha! Gotcha. So I like to use hands.
I'm sure some people would, but.
Oh, no, you're so right. I'm like in my little bubble where gender isn't real. But
I mean, it's not real.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. We can go on that rant, but
it's whatever. Yeah, we can do whatever we want.
So speaking of human relations to the planet, you did also mention that you do a lot of activism work, and you recently started an advocacy team in NOAA. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
And what you're
doing? So the advocacy team is supported by a group in DC called the Friends Committee on National Legislation. Also Quakers. It started by Quakers. It's not all Quakers who are a part of it. And basically they help people across the country to meet with their members of Congress about social justice issues. And what they do, and this is really smart, they pick one issue to focus on for the year. And then all the teams across the country, there's 120 something teams, they're all meeting with their members of Congress about the same issue, and it just has a bigger impact. So this year the focus is ending endless wars. Keeping it simple.
Super.
So, so the team just launched here, and I'm excited about it. It's kind of weird to do it right now, but I did learn that you can still meet with your members of Congress virtually. Some of them are doing Zoom, a lot of them are doing conference calls. And so it's still possible to be engaged and be in touch with them. And honestly, it feels easier to get the group together now because people aren't as busy. So that was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, and not having to go somewhere, I think, also helps.
Right. Yeah. Not having to plan that. Just be well, to be online at this time.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to plan to go from your living room to your kitchen than it is to go
Speak for yourself.
I mean, you still have to plan it.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
What's the organization called again? It's called Well, it's called an advocacy team, and it's from the Friends Committee on National Legislation, FCNL.
And then you
And
also
whoever
have
just asked that.
your account for your like local team.
Oh, right. It's advocacyteam.nola is the Instagram for that.
If anyone's interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have
And
to
actually, art related to that, a couple years ago, I made a comic book about lobbying, and I did that with FCNL, and it's pretty cool. I had never made a comic book before. I don't know if any of you have ever made a comic book. It's very hard. It's like so much work, and it was a great learning experience for me. I was actually kind of bummed to find out that I liked it, but I guess I have some funny mixed feelings about like what work is.
Yeah.
I mean, like we could probably dive into that, but I
mean, yeah, we can.
I work hard on my art, but it feels really good, you know. And there's, I guess I'm trying to figure out right now while I'm talking, like what it means to be working hard at something and you love it versus like working hard at something and you hate it.
Yeah.
And I didn't hate working on the comic, but it was like I noticed that it was kind of like pulling teeth. Like I was so happy with the product, but it took so much out of me, and it wasn't like it wasn't giving me energy the way that some of my other work does. It was taking a lot of energy. And that was such a bummer because I feel like comics are such an incredible medium for sharing information and like that kind of thing. So I might get back into it, but at the time I was like, oh my God, this is so hard.
Yeah, I can see that. And I can definitely relate to the like working hard at something that feels really fulfilling versus something that kind of just drains you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's also a rant we could go on. But instead of doing that, do you want to talk about like dinosaurs maybe or something like that?
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
I love dinosaurs. Actually, so my birthday was 3 weeks ago, and my sister sent me a temporary tattoo of a dinosaur, and it's like only now going away. I'm very impressed. It's from Tatley.
I mean, you're not sweating, you know? Like, you're not like going on.
You don't know. You're right. I'm not. I'm just sitting here.
It helps. What kind of dinosaur is it? I couldn't really see.
It's like I can't tell anymore. I think it was some kind of like velociraptor. I had to guess.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yep.
I believe it.
I just ordered a small terrarium from Khmer.
Ooh.
It was made by Words Garden, and I put a little tiny dinosaur in there. So I'm excited to see how that goes.
Oh, I'm super excited to see that. That sounds great.
Uh-huh.
Do you know the meaning of the word dinosaur?
What? No.
Supposedly it means like terrible lizard, but it was like because of its size. Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible and great.
Yeah, I don't like terrible as a description.
You know what would be great? If I had some like dinosaurs in my yard.
Yeah, you should add some. Dude, like your whole.
I guess I technically do. I don't know if you have lizards where you are, but I have a ton of lizards in my yard. They're like tiny dinosaurs.
You can pretend they're dinosaurs.
I mean, also there's a lot of roosters that live next door to me. I'm surprised they're not screaming right now. Actually, they might start, but they're like small dinosaurs.
I guess. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's science.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Oh man, great question, Jill. I like the ones with the long necks. You can find a couple, like a brachiosaur, brontosaur kind of thing. Dreadnoughtus, the big one.
Okay.
I have featured a couple different kinds of dinosaurs in some of my weird cards. I don't actually have a Stegosaurus, and I feel like that, as a little kid, that was my go-to, a Stegosaurus.
Okay.
I'm like into the spiny thing.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably one of the first ones that kids are introduced to, so it probably is in the running for a while.
Yeah.
How did you get into dinosaurs? Was it a thing you always liked when you were little?
Oh my God, I never really thought about it. It's just like a part of who I am now. I think one of the things I like about dinosaurs is that we don't actually know what they look like.
Yeah. You can just
I think people now have a sense because we've seen so many illustrations of them and there's a sort of like understanding, but technically we don't know. We just have to guess based on their bones. Oh my gosh, the cat's here. Hi. This is the cat that I tried to entice people with on my Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Her name's Marceline.
People can't.
She's my sponsor.
Also, okay, we have a question from Kate. She's asking if there's any local comic artists that you're into.
I love Magda's stuff. Yeah. I love all of Magda's stuff. And her zines are super dope. This isn't local, but I've been thinking about it a lot. I just read Persepolis for the first time.
Yeah.
And local comics. I mean, Ursa Iyer, who is a friend of mine, makes dope comics. She made one called Dogface through Antenna last year. And I think just made a second one. She's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that she made comics. That's dope. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. Right, because she also makes Angsties, which are at Glitterbox. Yeah.
Those are great.
She was my studio mate at the Aquarium Gallery for a while. And so I know her work pretty well. She's an incredible illustrator at Ursa Iyer. Check her out.
I'm really loving all these shout-outs.
I'm just going to do all the shout-outs. I love all of my friends.
She's like, everyone has a lot of homework after this.
Right? Write it down. I hope you're taking notes, everyone. Do you have any favorite comic artists locally?
I love Magda stuff, but I feel like I can't think. Now I want to do a lot of research and try and find.
I know, it's hard to think on the spot.
Yeah. I'm sure that as soon as we end this, I'm gonna be like, oh my God.
Yeah. Obviously.
That's how it happens, you know.
Yeah.
Wait, what were we talking about? Oh, dinosaurs.
Comics?
And
dinosaurs?
how your love for dinosaurs was born.
Do you have a favorite dinosaur, Jill?
I'm gonna say that the giraffe counts as a dinosaur, and
that's usually my answer because I love giraffes.
Animal,
so I love the long neck.
So yeah, I think it should also qualify as my favorite dinosaur.
Yeah,
and that's where I stand.
No, rhinos also feel kind of close, but they're not my fave.
I don't know if I would say that. Yeah, I don't know if I would say that a rhino is my favorite, but I guess I could see the relation.
Basically, it's yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's where I stand on that.
Also, anybody who's watching, feel free to shout out your favorite comic artists in the in the shout outs.
So yeah, you also briefly mentioned your garden. How's that coming along? We said we would talk about plants.
It's good. I love plants. It's funny. In the past, I travel a lot, and I'm going away. I'm in a relationship with Philadelphia, long distance, obviously, and so usually I'll go there every couple months and just visit. Obviously, haven't been able to travel the last couple months and the next several months.
Yeah.
So it feels like I can be here more, and maybe subconsciously I got a ton of stuff that I have to take care of. So I have all these plants now, and I have big old vision for my backyard. I want it to be so lush and just like my sanctuary space.
Yeah. What's your favorite plant that you have back there right now?
I like this guy a lot. He's good.
Oh yeah, those are some cool looking leaves.
And then this guy, elephant ear,
Yeah.
he's doing great. Whoa, I just realized, so this leaf is new.
Oh, damn.
It just unfurled like a week ago, and it's fucking huge. So that's
Yeah,
dope. Plants are amazing. Ugh, they're so much better than humans.
Oh, that is looking like such a nice space to be in. I want more plants.
I know, and I've been really into plants. I mean, like, obviously plants are great, and I think that in the last year or so, they've become very trendy,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm totally fine with. I mean, I hope people are really taking care of them. I think that, like, on Instagram, it's like, there's all these plants, and it's definitely showed up in my art a lot. And part of me is just like, oh no, I'm being really trendy. But part of me is like, whatever, plants are dope.
Yeah.
And I hope that, like, this trend of people having plants fosters some kind of feeling in people to want to take care of something and each other.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. That'd be nice.
That'd be really nice.
Right? I mean, it's just so, it's such a special feeling to, like, watch something grow that you're taking care of.
Yeah, no, it's really great. I killed a cactus one time, and so then I was really
okay.
to take care of a plant ever again.
You're like, speaking of which, I murdered something.
It took me a really long time to come back from that and feel ready to take
Oh, no.
of another plant.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But the ones I got, like, a month ago are doing great.
Okay, but also, I don't know who spread this rumor that aloe plants are, like, the easiest to take care of.
No.
I don't know where that came from. I'm very good at murdering aloe plants. Everyone's like, they don't need anything. And I'm like, what do you need? And he's like, it's like, just talk to me, you know?
If they would just say, hey, do this now, it would be so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not great communicators.
I mean, some people would argue that they are, but I think you just have to learn to speak their language, you know?
Plants for sure, but I mean aloe in particular. Won't talk to me.
Just
blocked me
to talk to you.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be any aloe in that backyard.
Well, my neighbor has a dope. Here's another shout out. My neighbor Lucy, who makes dope embroidered patches, also with like plant people. Yeah. Has a really nice aloe, and it's like already big. I feel like if I had one that was already big and healthy, those pretty much can sustain themselves. But the times I've had little ones, they're just like not happy. I have some feelings. Oh my gosh. Okay, well now you guys have to meet this cat.
Yes, please.
Oh no, you're in the middle of a bath. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was really...
It's invading the cat's privacy like that.
She's fine. Marcy. Oh, now you're showing off. You're the best. I love this cat so much.
Seems like a very...
He's so fat and good.
Cats are great.
I know.
Cats or dogs?
What? How dare you? How dare you?
I had a feeling that was going to be the reaction, but...
They're so different, you know? I can see why some people are cat people and some people are dog people, because they have such different vibes and needs, and they're just different. I like them both a lot. I have fostered a couple of dogs. I've never fostered a cat. I feel like it's hard because a cat, I feel like, wants to go outside. You can't really let a foster cat outside, right?
I mean, I guess you shouldn't.
Probably not cool.
Yeah. It's probably not ideal. Maybe on a leash.
I know. Maybe I'll... on a leash?
Some cats are okay with it. I don't know.
I know. I mean, I've read that you have to start them as a kitten for them to be into it.
Oh, yeah. My cats would...
I think in general.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try. They're just never gonna enjoy the outside world, and that's fine.
Yeah.
They never did, so they don't know what they're missing, you know?
No.
I think it's fine.
Cats or dogs. Get out of here.
I mean, I wouldn't pick either. Like, I have 2 cats, but I want a dog so bad. I love dogs so much.
Yeah, I mean, very different levels of commitment as well.
Very different. Yeah. Dogs are a lot more demanding.
Yeah. Not
in a bad way, but just in, like, yeah, you need to be ready for it. Whereas cats kind of do their own thing, you know?
Yeah. It is pretty cool to hear about so many shelters being emptied during the pandemic. People are taking in pets.
It's been really dope. And I've seen so many people who have been fostering, who have chosen to adopt the, like, dog or cat or whatever that they were fostering.
Yeah.
That's great too.
Yeah. Oh, can you hear the roosters now?
Yeah, we have a comment about it, actually.
Yeah, dude, that's a rooster. There's like, maybe, I don't know how many. It's like between 10 and 20 roosters live in this tree
it's quite
next to my house. They're super loud, yeah. They got lots to say.
All right, are you ready for lightning round?
Oh, I don't know if I am.
They're mostly really silly.
I know, but I
there's only 9 of them.
I don't do well under pressure.
You're gonna be fine. Just, you know, like, I mean, we can pretend, I don't know. You can go as fast or as slow as you want.
Okay.
You ready? Deep breath.
Yeah.
In.
Oh.
Deep breath out.
Ready.
Yeah. All right. Favorite color?
Oh, I mean, teal, obviously. It's like, okay, so it's like a palette, though. It's like it's not like one color. Yeah. It's like between this color, this like green, this very pale light green, and like teal.
Yeah.
So like blues and greens.
Yeah. Anyone that knows you knows.
Hummingbird egg, sea foam. So I am a bicyclist, and my bike is a Bianchi bike. And the trademark color of Bianchi is it's like, that's my favorite color. It's called Celeste, in case you're wondering. And it used to be very unpopular in like the 70s or 80s when they started putting it all over their stuff. Everyone was like, this is the ugliest color I've ever seen. And now it's like so trendy.
That's really surprising.
Okay, Bianchi. I know.
Wow. Fun fact, though. Oh, wow.
Yeah. They agreed with me.
All right, favorite food.
Did you say food?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, I love food so much. I'm just gonna say the sneaky pickle if I'm gonna keep doing shout outs. I had sneaky pickle last night.
That's a restaurant thing. I mean, yes,
yeah, but all of their food is so good.
Their food is amazing. I agree, but like, I like type of food, like one item.
Oh, that's so hard. Bread.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say waffles, but
gluten. Oh, I love waffles. There's so many good foods. I love waffles, bread, pizza, donuts, peanut butter, ice cream.
Peanut butter is really important.
Salad. I had to add something so healthy in there, but I do love salad with like a lemon tahini like, dressing.
Yeah, like a hearty salad, like dark greens. Yeah.
Yes. You know what I've been real into lately? I mean, I know that you already know this, but for everyone else, mushrooms.
It's fucking fantastic.
I recently watched a film called Fantastic Fungi. Here's another shout out. It's so good. It's about mushrooms. It's about like the magic, science, medicine, power of mushrooms. So into it. Started painting a mushroom mural. It's like, I can't get enough. Yeah. So also, mushrooms. I love those too.
Yeah. I'm so excited to watch that documentary tonight. But actually, you mentioned ice cream, so let's do favorite ice cream flavor.
Pistachio?
Yeah, there we go. That's great. Favorite piece of clothing?
I have this shirt. It's actually my dad's. I stole it. It's a very old T-shirt from a Rolling Stones concert. And it's like so worn and comfy. It's like sentimental as well. I say maybe that might be my favorite piece of clothing.
Yeah, I think like mine is definitely a similar, like it's like the jean jacket that was my mom's in the 80s, and there's like parts of it that are falling apart, but I love it so much. A book you read recently? I guess we already mentioned
to completion. I did read Persepolis, which I already mentioned. I also read sort of recently Where the Crawdads Sing, which has gotten a lot of hype in the last year, and it's like so well deserved. It was so good.
Yeah, that's on my list. I need to.
Yeah, I think it's on a lot of people's lists, and I just want to say, go for it.
Take it off.
Delicious.
Like read it.
It's sad though. You should be ready to be sad. It's got some emotions.
Okay. I mean, every now and again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something that's on your nightstand.
So I don't have a nightstand, but I have like a pallet behind my bed as like a headboard, and so I'll put stuff on top of that.
That counts.
Yeah, and there's actually a little piece of art. It's a felt scene that Annie Lou made, and it's of like a sunset over a winding road. Very cute.
I love that.
And that lives right there on my bed stand.
Oh, that's great. Favorite song to dance to?
Oh, man. I can't think of any songs. It's so embarrassing. What's the song?
No musicians? No nothing?
No, I have. This is embarrassing, but I've been listening to the same like 3 Spotify playlists for like 4 years. I really got to mix it up a little bit. Oh, Marcy.
I mean, the cat needed to be in it at some point.
She needs some attention. It's fine. I have all the attention to give her. If I think of any songs or music, I'll let you know.
Yeah, please do.
No problem with lightning round.
Please do. What's a fact about you that surprises people?
Oh, I can't believe I didn't say Lizzo.
Oh, yeah, that's
like, I mean, that's a very common answer, but it is something that I
But it's so danceable.
I know. Yeah, that's obvious answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was
fact about you that surprises people?
Is there anything surprising about me? Well, maybe that I'm a Quaker, because that's just like a weird thing.
Yeah.
When people don't know what it is.
Weird, but...
It's weird. Well, so I grew up in Pennsylvania, and I lived in Philly for a while, where it's like a little bit more common. But if you go like anywhere outside of there, it's like
the
equivalent of being Amish, and they're not the same. Just to clarify.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess I didn't really know any people that were Quaker growing up, because it's not really a thing in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah. It's fair. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Like teleporting, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
just so you could go.
It's a boring answer, but it's definitely true. I mean, there's so many people I love who live far away, and I get FOMO all the time because part of my heart is in Philadelphia, and there's like always something going on somewhere else. And it's like, ooh, if only I could just be there in like a second.
and then come back and finish doing whatever you were doing.
I mean, though, if that were true, it's like, would anything be special anymore, I guess?
I mean,
that is one cool thing about so many things being on Zoom now, is like I can go to these things that I otherwise, obviously it's not the same, but, you know.
I mean, but
friends
still,
having shows and stuff.
Yeah, that's something that, like, really nice that has maybe come out of this, is like the way that we can connect with so many people that are so far away.
Yeah.
Even though it like sucks that someone that's 2 miles away is also like someone you have to see on a screen. But
right.
But you know, the ones that are like hundreds of miles away,
right.
It works. All right, last question. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh no.
Ravioli, lasagna.
What was the first one?
Spaghetti, ravioli, lasagna. I think we've talked
spaghetti,
about it.
Ravioli. I think we have.
Yeah.
Spaghetti, ravioli, lasagna. First of all, I'm vegan, so just so everyone knows, we're talking about the vegan versions of these.
Also vegan, so it doesn't, yeah.
Yeah. I think that, don't tell Annie Lou, but I think I would kill spaghetti because it's just not my favorite out of those. It's hard to eat.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of worms. And I think maybe I would marry lasagna because it's like a whole meal.
Yeah.
You know, it has like so many parts to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it can keep surprising you, you know? And then ravioli.
Yeah.
Fuck ravioli. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that feels like decadent, you know? It's like, you know, creamy and like singular. It's in like pieces. I'm thinking about this way too much, obviously.
No, I mean, I thought about it even more. Like, I always say that I would be ravioli because it's complex enough yet comforting enough, and you can do that for life. And then lasagna is just so much work that you don't want to do that forever, you know? But I'm definitely
but marriage is work, from what I understand.
I'm just saying. That's my
agree to disagree. But we agree that we would kill spaghetti.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
So, you know, it can be like a whole like square of relationship. You can marry lasagna, I can marry ravioli.
The thing that I'm realizing about spaghetti is that you can put any sauce on it.
You can.
So that makes it more marriage material for me, I would say, because you can like keep changing it up.
The other day I was thinking that like if spaghetti squash could qualify as spaghetti, it would maybe make me change my thinking about killing spaghetti.
Sure. Unpopular opinion, I don't like spaghetti squash.
Spaghetti squash is great.
I can't get down. I don't like squash.
In general?
Yeah, I can't get down. I think it might be a texture thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's how I feel about strawberries. Texture thing.
And I'm not trying to marry something with a texture I don't like.
I mean, yeah, you really don't want to marry that. No.
So glad that we had this conversation.
On Instagram Live, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Annie says, #long live spaghetti.
I know. We're going to have a long talk about it later.
I mean, it's fine, because we're going to talk with her in a few weeks, and then we can have the whole
conversation. We can bring this up again. Oh, no.
We can discuss at length.
Yeah, great. Is that going to be the question you ask every one of these?
The lightning round, yeah.
Because this is going to be a series, right? Like you, Glitterbox talking to artists?
Yes. So next week we're going to be talking to Maria Sandhammer, and then hopefully the week after that with Annie Lou. And that's as far along as I have planned.
Cool. All right. So this was like the guinea pig session.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to call in and be like, have some heated opinions about spaghetti.
Yeah. They're going to call in and be like, we don't understand why you're both killing spaghetti. We're over it.
we're like, do you have any questions about the art? And they're like, nope. We got to settle this.
Yeah, it's going to be like the hot dog sandwich situation.
Sure. Exactly.
Which it definitely is a sandwich, but I'm just saying.
Nice.
I
don't mean to put you on the spot, but does Glitterbox have any kind of statement about like reopening or like what? Because I know that for those who don't know, New Orleans has started a phase 1 of reopening, and so people are having different reactions to it, and stores are doing different things. And I know that because I ordinarily sell my art at Palace Market on Frenchman Street, and we decided to not reopen right away, which I think totally makes sense. So I was just wondering.
We actually made a post about it sometime in the afternoon yesterday. And basically what we're going to do is we are going to take appointments for 1 to 2 people max. And obviously like wearing masks, like all the necessary precautions. And then we're also going to do like virtual showings of the space. Potentially reopening early June, but we're kind of playing it by ear right now and just...
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's fun. Appointments. That sounds like very special and cute.
Safer for both us and everyone that's coming to the space.
But also, how fun does that sound to like have a whole store to yourself? Just be like,
I know, that sounds great. Especially a space like Glitterbox, that sounds fantastic.
I know. I love the Glitterbox.
Me too.
So great.
But yeah, and we're also like updating our online shop pretty much every week. So there's like a bunch of new stuff on there, and
nice.
We're doing free local delivery, and yeah, doing what we can.
Nice. So
yeah. So I know you're getting some plants delivered in a little while. Is there anything you want to share with people? Like, how can they support you right now other than coming to the dope virtual art show on Monday?
Yeah. That'll be, so you can watch my Instagram, Us and We Art, and also Annie Lou's Instagram, Annie Lou Studio, for info about that show on Monday. So excited. And I feel like right now the easiest way to keep up with me is Instagram. I'm just like always on it. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's great that we have this show coming up because I'm like making a bunch of new work for that. And that's a nice motivation. I've also been doing pet portraits, and that's something that I kind of just put on my personal Instagram. I haven't really publicized it on my Us and We Art Instagram, but that's just kind of like, it's always felt like a side thing, but right now it's certainly like an easy way for people to support me, just like reaching out and get a pet portrait. Yeah, and then I also do have like prints and stuff available on my website, which is usandweart.com. Yeah, I mean, I feel in general like very supported and grateful. I have like awesome friends, and it's just so cool to see people who I don't even know that well just like supporting artists.
Yeah.
Even if they're not buying stuff, like doing shout outs mm-hmm. and posts and stuff. I mean, there's so many ways that you can support artists without buying stuff. And I think that people could do that pretty easily.
Yeah, even just like following an account like helps.
Yeah. So. I know. And you never know when you shout out someone, like who that's going to reach. Like I've definitely gotten orders from people who are like friends of friends of friends, just from them like sharing something that mm-hmm. I did. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Internet. Wow.
I don't know how I feel about the internet half the time, but that's a cool perk.
I know. It's a weird place.
And here we are. But yeah, unless there's something else you want to talk about or tell people, we can wrap it up whenever.
Am I forgetting something important?
I don't think you are, unless there's, yeah. Is there anything else about dinosaurs or plants or spaghetti that...
Yeah, I feel like feel like I need more dinosaurs in my life.
I think we all do. I mean,
I was
there's
like
this whole thing
thinking
about
that the other day. A friend of mine texted me on my birthday and was just like, I wish I could send you a little tiny pet dinosaur. And I was just like, oh man, wouldn't that be amazing? And then I was like, should I get a lizard? That's like technically a tiny dinosaur.
Yeah, I mean, if you already
I don't
have
know.
a bunch running around,
No, but I mean like an iguana, or like a chameleon or some shit like that. I don't know enough about it.
how much of a commitment is that? Like, how much care do they require?
I would have to find out. I would never be one of those people who just like gets something like that without looking into how much commitment it is. That drives me nuts when people do that.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to know if it's like how much of a intense pet that is to have. You know?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, but I guess you never know.
They could be surprisingly high maintenance. Yeah.
Yeah, who's to say? Speaking of high maintenance, look at this guy.
See. Oh, cutie.
Sleeping. Oh, I forgot that for Instagram Live, it like splits the screen in half. So
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I
but
don't know
when
how
you move,
low that was.
yeah, there we go.
She's sleeping. Working hard.
It's, yeah, I mean, naps are great.
Katie
Put
said
my
she
cat-
looked into it and decided it was too much work. I assume talking about getting a dinosaur.
Yes. I mean, that's why I just
So,
thought, I'll
good
keep
to know.
making collages where people are hanging out with dinosaurs. And
Yes. Never stop doing that.
noted. Just gonna make a whole series.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was great to see you and talk to you for everyone to also experience.
I know it's weird. It's like we're talking, but like people are listening to us.
Yeah, it's really strange. Like they can comment on everything we're saying to each other.
At first I was like, Instagram Live, that seems weird. I mean, it's still weird. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is my first time doing it with like actually doing this, Like I've like streamed stuff before, but not actually on the other side of it.
Yeah. It makes me feel very boring.
No,
and like I want to apologize to everyone.
I don't think you're boring at all. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So
oh, thank you so much.
And I hope everyone else did too. So thanks to everyone that joined in.
I appreciate your questions.
And we are going to be leaving it up.
Very diverse.
Glitterbox page. So if you have any.
Oh no, I didn't know about that.
Tell your friends.
Great. I won't.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Jill.
Bye. Thank you.
See ya.